Welcome to March Mayhem on NorCal Sports TV. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores, and we have two games for you being broadcast today, the 209 Ballerz and the East Bay Waves going head-to-head in our first matchup. The Ballerz in the white and red and the East Bay Waves in the blue. The Ballerz will be going right to left, the Waves going left to right to start off here as the Waves win the tip with number 3, Michael Chen. Had 6 broadcasted games yesterday, and we'll continue March Mayhem next week. You can join us right here on NorCal Sports TV for that. The Waves starting out with the triple. Number 39, Aaron Gao, has the Waves on top early. From what we saw just in that first possession, the Waves moving the ball quickly down the court, but not rushing towards the basket, setting up their play well. And the 209 Ballerz looking to do the same thing. They held at the top and now running their offensive motion. First possession will result in no score for the Ballerz, and then the held possession will go to the Ballerz. That first basket made by the Waves, only a 2 of the toes cut across the line. So here the Ballerz again, down by 2, looking to even up the score. Here's Wilst. Outside 3, no good. Offensive board, wrapping around. Baca unable to get it back up and through. No use of the backboard, and that's a common error from the younger teams. So they don't go to the backboard, get that extra bounce, and give them a higher percentage to put the shot through. Eilis kicks it across to Jameer Roberson. Off mark from deep three-point range. Rebound out to Nikhil Pant. 4 out for the Waves. Standing in the center is Yash Verma, trying to control the offense from the 15-foot line. Corner 3 on the way. Comes up short. Front iron. Deep rebound still being fought for. The Ballerz able to get the handle on it, moving that ball quickly down, trying to beat out the defense. East Bay Waves know they need to get back and quickly in their stance. Deep 3 from Curry's court, off mark by Jaden Johnson, and the ball able to finally fall through. That's Joseph Baca evening up at 2-2. Waves switch court right to left. They'll do it again. Playing with the defense. 3 on the way. Throws the dart. Gets the bullseye. Triple knocked through for Nikhil Pant. East Bay Waves first basket. Remember, it was a deep ball, but the front of the foot just across the line, so it counted as 2. That one finally behind the arc. Keeping it to a 1-possession game. Floater from Julian Eilis, just off center. Waves trying to get it low. Vermo working off the block. Good defense by the Ballerz. Runner with the right hand, no good. 209 Ballerz back with it. Still holding on to that one-made basket from Joseph Baca. Johnson tried to force the middle. The Waves ready for it. Close the gap, create a steal, and then out of bounds. Last touch by the Waves. Ballerz once again, even though they just quickly inbounded, moving the ball down the court quickly. The East Bay Waves defense getting back there roughly around the same time. They don't try to go straight towards the basket. They want to set up their offense. It's not about the fast breaks. It's not about quickly driving. It's about making the right play, getting to the basket effectively, and getting it right. Just like they do here. The Ballerz score with number 16, Julian Eilis. 1-point game. Ballerz just with a 6-man roster will make the exchange with James Powell. First foul of the game goes against the Ballerz. 3 ball from the outside, no good, comes up short. Add some PSI into the ball, and then frustration foul after the fact. Foul goes against number 8, Nikhil Pant. Back-to-back fouls, one against each team. Here's the Ballerz once again, a chance to take the lead. Johnson to Roberson left side. Roberson, a very physical player. We've seen him over the last couple of months in our NorCal Sports TV events. He can shoot the 3 ball, but he'll also drive down to the middle and not be afraid to take some contact going to the rim. Unfortunately here, ball gets turned away. Second foul against the Ballerz. Still down by 1. Here's the Waves back with it, motioning across the arc, continuing that ball movement, working with a high-low, running the baseline, and finally getting the ball is number 88, Adida Ramesh. Corner 3, wide open. Johnson late to the party, and the 3 splashes through for the Waves. Nikhil Pant adds another 3. Here's Eilis. Guarded by Ramesh. Ramesh gets him in the top zone, and Verma comes over for the help. A friendly bounce lands through the net. 209 Ballerz quickly back within a possession, but the East Bay Waves now speeding up their offense, getting back faster, and yet another 3. No rest for the defenders around the 3-point arc. Aaron Gow gets the East Bay Waves in double digits, 11-6. Here's Eilis. Now Johnson, the Waves with that zone defense. The Ballerz need to continue to pass more. The defense really doesn't have to do anything. And there's Roberson knocking down the 3. Keeping the game close, but the Ballerz yet to have the lead. The East Bay Waves keeping themselves at a short distance. Waves breaking down the defense of the Ballerz. Nikhil Pant having a day, leading the game in points. Once again, the Waves with that zone defense. You need to keep the ball moving. You need to keep players moving and create those open holes. And here, Eilis does that. 13-11. High screen, Verma gets Ramesh a chance to drive through. Decides to slow up the offense. Here's Pant again. He's done a lot of work for the East Bay Waves. He gets fouled this time. Officials pointing towards the ground to say it's not shooting. And here, Eilis, he gets the first defender in the air. The other players have to swing across. And with that zone defense, they expected a pass, so they stayed away from going to him and maybe thought about him driving. But then, since he went up for the shot, they had to come across, jump in the air, and play that extra pressure. A little too late to do that if you don't move over and swing with them. Roberson, a chance to take the lead. Way too much. Put back, ties it up at 13 apiece. Runner with the right hand. Batted out towards the corner. Ballerz come away with it. We'll credit that long rebound out to Joseph Baca. Now the Ballerz a chance to take the lead for the first time in the first half. Roberson back top to Johnson. James Powell gets the entry pass to the charity stripe. He's fouled as a hand comes in. That's the third foul against, or the second foul rather, against the East Bay Waves. The Ballerz have 3 through the first 9 minutes of play. Substitutions come in. The East Bay Waves nearly having 5-man in, 5-man out. Ball stolen by the freshly entered player for the Waves. That's Kyle Lay. Another 3 for the Waves. Nikhil Pant knocking down the deep ball to give him a 3-point advantage. Nikhil Pant cannot miss today in Stockton. Roberson, 3. Small use of the glass, and that's the only thing it can hit. Pant. And another 3 from the Waves. Everything falling for Jordan Sue and company. 19-13. The Ballerz defense allowing the deep shots, thinking that at some point they have to miss. The Waves, whatever they put up, come crashing down straight into the net. This one stolen away in transition. Up with the right hand. The largest lead of the game, 21-13. The Waves up by 8. Marcelo Gutierrez with the steal. And the Waves finish the fast break. Eilis trying to make his way baseline. He gets cut off by Pant. 3, unleashed, pulled the trigger. Johnson hits it and finally has an answer, stopping the run from the Waves. It was an 8-0 run. Now stopped by the 3 from Johnson, but wait a second. Pant unloads and finally misses. The Ballerz have numbers down the stretch. Goes up with the right hand, can't quite finish, but he will have to earn his points one by one from the free throw line. Here's Eilis in that last possession. He got cut off, swings it back out. There's good defense as well, making sure that they were staying in the zone, but just enough distance to put the shot through. 21-16 current score. The Ballerz from the free throw line have Eilis 1 for 1 currently. And here's where he had gotten fouled. You see that right arm swinging across. He didn't like the foul. That was Lawrence on. And sometimes, yes, you're not going to touch him, but it's what your motion is. When you swing your arm across like that, it is going to be a foul if you make contact. The officials see that, and they blow the whistle. Even if you don't necessarily make contact, you need to learn to go straight up and down and not swat at the shooting player. 21-17 after the free throws. From an 8-0 run from the Waves to a 4-0 run by the Ballerz, and a chance to extend that here after the block from James Powell. Roberson swings it up top to Eilis. Now the corner, Baca. Roberson thought he could get away with a little push. That's foul number 4 against the Ballerz in the first. Tough mid-range jumper. Rebound, Powell. Great defensive stance currently for him. A block, a rebound, and back-to-back possessions. Here's Baca. He has some space to unleash. Knockdown 3, back to a 1-point game. A 7-0 run for the Ballerz. Waves looking for an answer. Won't get it. The phone's still ringing on the East Bay Wave side. And the Ballerz continue to call. Eilis, Baca to his left. Powell roaming around the paint. Baca floats it on over to Davis Wilst. Roberson disrupts the play. The steal will get credit to Wilst. Roberson gets around, driving through, fouled, count the basket, and a possible 3-point play for Jameer Roberson, who gives the Ballerz the lead. Here's Roberson going coast to coast. Defense tried to set up to take a charge. Roberson gets out of his way, hacked at. And now the old-fashioned 3-point play for Roberson. Will count for 2, but give the team a slight rest. Closing in on the final 3.5 minutes of half number 1 for this March Mayhem battle from Venture Academy. Open 3. Rims out. A fight for it down low. Stripped away by Eilis. We'll give a rebound credit to the East Bay Waves despite nothing really happening in the stat category. But here's the 209 Ballerz. Powell. He's been roaming that paint, but the Waves not allowing anyone to penetrate the middle. Wraparound pass. Powell triple teamed. 3 blue jerseys surrounding him and forcing the jump ball. With the alternating possession, the Waves get it back in return. Here's Kyle Lay. Catalyst from the baseline enters, and Jordan Sue will bring it down. Waves playing from behind for just the first time. Pulls up from 15. Sue goes down. It's a 5-on-4 battle. Sue now up court. He's ready in transition. Takes a 1-2 step. And that ends the scoring run from the Ballerz. It was a 9-0 run. And now closed off. 23-22 Waves. 2 to go in the first. Sue gets a lane, goes up with the left hand. Offensive board. A whistle blows. It'll stay with the Waves. Looking to inbound. The Waves go outside. Sue, catch and release. Baca throws it off the body. A great save by the Ballerz. Will head the other direction. (23-22) in this tight contest. Minutes turns to seconds in the first half. The Ballerz, who played from behind in the first 10 minutes, hoping to have a lead going into the half. Eilis floats it through contact. Retakes the lead, 24-23. Sue finds a lane, swings across. Defended from behind by Eilis. Enough pressure to make a man miss. The bad pass leads to a turnover, but the same goes the other way. Johnson out to Eilis. Will hold for what could be the final shot of the first half. Baca and Wilsty running the baseline back and forth. The 3 at the top is Roberson, Johnson, and Eilis. Head coach Mark Sutherland calls out the play. 10 seconds remain in the first. Roberson denied on the front. 4 seconds left. The Ballerz have one last chance to put points on the board. They're already up by 1, looking to just extend their lead before the short halftime break. Baca to the corner, deflected, shot on the way. No. Rebound, put back. They're going to count the basket and give him a chance from the free throw line to add another. That's Baca. 3 just battled out. Baca put it back through. And they're going to run the rest of the clock out as it started a half second late. But this free throw will count for Baca if it falls through. I believe the score should be 26-23 after that last basket did count for the Ballerz. That's how we will head to the half. We'll be back in a moment for more March Mayhem on NorCal Sports TV. Second half of action from Venture Academy. It's March Mayhem on NorCal Sports TV. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Thanks to my NorCal Sports TV crew, Louise Rangel behind the controls today, producing for me. We have Avery and Naomi behind the cameras as well. 26-23 after the first 18 minutes. 18 down, 18 to go. The Ballerz played from behind in the first 10-12 minutes before they took their first lead, and it's been a back-and-forth battle ever since. Nikhil Pant has been the leading scorer in the game. The East Bay Waves just had a touch there. Kicks it across to Aditya Ramesh, but Pant knocking down everything from inside to outside. And on the 209 Ballerz side of things, Julian Eilis getting a lot of touches, Joseph Baca doing a lot of the dirty work, and Jameer Roberson not afraid to shoot the outside and not afraid to get down off the low block. He's been to the free throw line once. 26-23, three from the outside goes off mark. It's be interesting to see what the coaches made changes with after the first half. Here's Ramesh now, orchestrating the offense. Gets the high screen from Verma. The drive denied by the bottom of the rim. Roberson will bring down the defensive rebound. Leading by a 3 at the end of the first half. Had just a couple seconds left. Roberson missed a 3, had a putback shot, hit that, put to the free throw line. Couldn't add the extra one from there, but they did take a 3-point lead. Deep 3 from Curry's court. Banks it in. Glass and net is all it takes for Jaden Johnson. It's now a 6-point game, and the Ballerz have their largest lead. Bounce pass to Verma. Turns and shoots from 15 feet out. Only draws iron. Eilis on the attack. Double teamed. Still nearly gets it to go. Bounce pass into Roberson, launches off his leg. And an offensive foul will be the call. This goes against Jaden Johnson for the Ballerz' first foul of the half. Both teams staying away from foul trouble through the first 18 minutes. We'll look closer at this setup. Well in time, got there first and took the body-to-body contact in order to get the ball back in their hands. Here's the up and down to Verma. Had the mismatch. Doesn't go against Wilst, but it pays off as Pant once again dimes in a 3. 29-26. The Waves are back within a possession. Verma standing in the rectangle. Little collision on the outside will lead to the turnover. The Waves now a chance to come within 1 or tie it up at 29. The drive back door swatted at by Roberson. Shot gets denied, and it'll stay with the Waves as the Ballerz bring back in James Powell, who's been a great defensive player for them. You see that clean block from Roberson, swatting it from behind, denying any entry into the basket. Denied again by Roberson. The takeaway, the leading pass up to Kyle Lay. 29-28, the Ballerz just up by 1. Four and a half minutes into the second half, 8 points scored total. Here's Lay looking to go back-to-back. Roberson a little late to the party as the Waves retake the lead. It's the first time in the second half being on top. Ball goes off the leg of Jordan Sue, stays with the 209 Ballerz, and just a little bit on NorCal Sports TV, we'll have the 209 Ballerz 14U team against the East Bay Waves. You can join us for that right here on NorCal Sports TV. subscribe, hit that notification bell to know when we upload, when we're live, and where we're at through the year. It's not just youth basketball through the summer and spring, but we also have high school football, basketball, anything through high school sports, junior college, semi-pro, all right here on NorCal Sports TV. Powell swings it out. Wilst looks good. No. Poe goes up and out. The Waves will bring it down with Kyle Lay. Lay looking at options. Wide open for three. Misses it all. Eilis guarded all the way at the circle. Will continue to move it, finding Roberson way off on the three. It's like both teams trying to rely on shooting instead of driving. Sue can't get the left-hand floater. Brought back in by Pant. Swings out to the outside. Hesitation. Three won't go. Eilis back with it. But both teams seem to be shooting more than driving in the second half. Looking towards the open shots. It worked out for the first 18 minutes as Powell makes a great move inside. He's fouled, and he'll have to earn them both from the charity stripe. Eilis working on Sue, goes up and down. Powell sees one way, spins around. Unfortunately, unable to finish it. He'll take his time from the 15-foot line. Powell misses both. Unable to extend their lead, and then yet another foul quickly after on the rebound. Deep pass down to the block. Sue turns and shoots. The lefty in the wrong position. Would have been easy if he was on the other side. But being the lefty he is, the backboard in the way. Less than 10 to play. Waves up by one. Powell, another rebound. Johnson gunning down the court. Tries to get rid of it, throws it off the chest of Aaron Gow. Eilis hesitates, drives, and another foul. East Bay Waves playing with a 10-man roster. The Ballerz only with 6. Still keeping up in the second half. It's been all about the defense. There's only been 10 points scored in the second half. 7 of those have been scored by the Waves. Sue working on Powell. 10-footer on the way. Got it. The toilet bowl roll flushes through. It's a 3-point lead to the Waves. And then the ball thrown away. Jaden Johnson, a miscommunication with Eilis. It's right out the sideline, and the Waves, it's their largest lead of the second half, just 3 points. 8 minutes to play. The 209 Ballers, they went on a 9-point run in the first half to take the lead before going into the break. They need something similar here because the Waves now have 11 points in the second half to only the Ballers 3. Baca, 3, way short. Verma to Sue. Chen getting a touch, pushing it to the middle and a foul on the ground. That goes against Roberson. That's the second on the Ballers in the second half. They've done a great job keeping their hands to themselves, only drawing 2 fouls in the half. They had 4 in the first half. Waves making a couple more substitutions. Roberson taking it into his own hands, trying to go all the way down. Looked like a possible travel, but he did get fouled first. Corner 3 finally has an answer. Ballers hit the tray. They're back within 2. Johnson, a little too handsy defensively. Knew he was going to get beat out by Gutierrez. Stopped him from getting a shot up and stopped him from getting to the free throw line. 6 minutes to go, 2-point game. It's March Mayhem on NorCal Sports TV. Next week, it'll continue. Be with us here. Lefty floater from Sue. 36-32. Eilis, he'll try to do it too. He's got it from 17. The Ballers now getting their offense rolling. It's taken a while for the second half to get going for them. Better late than never. Here's Roberson. All the way down, strong off the backboard. A frozen rope shot gets the angle. We're tied at 36. Pant working on Eilis. Kicks it out. 3 on the way. Gutierrez. Rebounded. Gets his own miss. 15-foot fadeaway. Just short and draws iron. Five minutes left. At this point in a real game scenario, this is essentially a 2-minute drill. Clock will stop inside a minute when necessary. But with 5 minutes running clock, this is where you need to get your last game statements in. Here's a foul. No, a travel, rather. Just a violation. The Ballers will get it as the Waves shuffle their way down the lane. Eilis. Guarded by Lay. Roberson calling for it. He's open on the block. There it goes. The Ballers back with the lead. Pant for 3. He's on fire from outside. Pant leading the Waves single-handedly. Strong in the time of need. The cornerstone of this East Bay Waves offense. Eilis fouled at midcourt, but watch this again from Pant. Didn't even need to use the screen that was set by Zahn to his right side. Just wide open for 3, unfazed by any of the pressure coming down the stretch. Eilis, the screen from Powell. Roberson going back down low again. Johnson looks for three, only hits glass. And a foul low. Six fouls against the Waves. The next, it'll be in the bonus, which could change the outcome of this game. The Ballers have only picked up 3 second-half fouls. This one rolling off the fingertips. Scoops it up and in. The Ballers with only 3 fouls in the second half. 6 against the Waves. Sue. He's got it. Back and forth, Jordan Sue. The three puts him on top by 2. And as I was saying about the fouls, with the 209 Ballers not in foul trouble, with the Waves in foul trouble, you have to be really aggressive. You have to drive the lane, get down to the block, get fouled, get yourself to the free throw line so that you get those free shots, you take time off the clock, and you just need to make sure that your best free throw shooters are going to be the ones that are driving. But the last thing you want to do is turn the ball over, just like I listed here, and especially after that, foul him to where the clock continues to run. You're down by 2, and they have a chance to add more to the total. Sue gets the first to extend it to a 3-point lead. And 209 Ballers will call a timeout to stop the clock at 1:28, and Sue will have a second free throw after this break. March Mayhem on NorCal Sports TV. Game 1 for us being broadcast today, coming down to the final 90 seconds. The East Bay Waves are up by 3, now make it 4 because Jordan Sue went 2 for 2 at the line. The 209 Ballers were only down by 2. The ball got turned over. It led to 2 points by the Waves. And now as the clock continues to tick down, Ballers now looking for anything they can get, but they want the big points. Minutes turns to seconds in Stockton. The Waves looking for a win today. 44-40. They're in control. All they need to do is pass and keep the ball away from the Ballers. Pant goes to Sue. Sue drives down, left hand, misses it all. 40 seconds to go. The Ballers with urgency. Here's Roberson. Goes behind the back, driving the lane, goes up with the right hand. He's denied. Outside 3. Looks good. No. Stretches all the way back. A leading pass to Gutierrez. He'll stop down low. Roberson comes behind, takes it right away, and the jump ball will be a call. Fantastic play by Roberson, catching up. He was more worried about Johnson. Roberson was there shortly after. They still have a chance. 44-40. Roberson to the left side. Here's Johnson again for 3. Got a friendly bounce, but still doesn't fall. And another jump ball. This will be East Bay Waves basketball with the alternating possession in only 11 seconds. The Ballers might just be too far away. Sue gets the inbound. Baca goes to foul. A second and a half taken off the clock. 44-40. It'll be a 1-and-1 No, rather, the foul will be the 5th against the Ballerz. My apologies. Baca will foul after another 2.5 taken off. That's foul number 6. They need one more. Inbound to Sue. They got a touch, and now it'll be Jordan Sue, who hit the last 2 free throws to give the Waves the 4-point lead. He's back at the line, hoping to put the game on ice, put it in the fridge. Turkey's cold, butter's hard, and the Jello's jiggling. This game in the fridge. .209 Ballerz hoping to get the ball down court quick and get their shot off, but because the Waves made the first with the 1-and-1, they get a second. Sue hits them both. He's 4 for 4 in the last minute. Under 3 seconds, Johnson will take it all the way down, put 2 more points on the board, but that does it as the East Bay Waves complete the comeback in the second half. 46-42 final score. This is March Mayhem on NorCal Sports TV.